Hello guys and welcome to Salesforce Drillers. In our previous video we have discussed about we have taken an Docker example of an Ubuntu image and we have shown that how we can take pull of an image and how we can run a particular container with the help of an image, and we've also seen how we can enter in a particular Docker container and how we can list down running containers and images in our system. So all those things are covered very nicely and briefly in Docker example Ubuntu salesforce.com website. So all the steps that are mentioned here, we have covered all of these steps in our previous video. So in this video we will learn about Docker file, that what is a Docker file and why do we need a Docker file. So before we proceed further, let me just give you a small introduction of Docker file. So guys, Docker file is a text document that is consisting of some steps, and on the basis of those steps our Docker image is created. For example, suppose, let me just open my text editor. Now suppose I want to have an image that consists of Java and that have a Vim editor in it, and along with this it should also have a web server, reverse proxy web server, that is Nginx. Along with it should also have like some net tools. Okay, so all these things can be by default, all these things in a one single image are not available. So what Docker file do is in Docker file we will mention the steps in which we will install all these necessary requirement we will mention in Docker file, and with the help of Docker file all these four requirements, or I can say all these four packages, will be installed. Okay, so let me just again tell you what Docker file is. Docker file is a text document that consists of the steps, and on the basis of those steps we can create our own custom image according to our own requirement, that what all we need in a particular Docker image. Okay, so let us go to our server. So let us make our directory over here. Let us mention it like Docker file. Now we will switch to this directory. Now here let us write a simple Docker file. So what is a Docker file? It is mentioned in the Salesforce Drillers website in documentation very nicely and briefly, along with the some instructions that are mentioned, that are necessary to be mentioned in the Docker file. So let us have a look. Okay, so let us create a Docker file. So its syntax is fixed, like if you are creating a Docker file, so its name should be start with Docker itself. Okay, which means its name should start with Docker. As you can see, it is showing Docker file. So whenever we will create a Docker file, its name should be Docker file itself, and D should be capital. So this is the syntax. So let us press enter. So here we will write the steps. Now let us have a look on the requirement. What do we need? We need Java first of all. So we will write from, and it should also be in capital letters. From means that from which base image, that means on the basis of which image we are creating our own custom image. So from, let us say, OpenJDK, it means from Java image of 8 version we will be creating our custom image. So this will be our base image. So if I'll say our Java dependency is now done, because we are already taking the base image as Java. Next we need to install Vim editor. So here we will write run apt update and apt install vim-y. So what are we doing in this command? We are mentioning that first of all, from OpenJDK colon 8 means that from this image, from this base image, from this base image, what this will do, from this, first of all, it will take the pull of this base image, that is OpenJDK 8. Then it will execute the command, that is apt update and apt install vim. Now later on we need run apt install NetTools, and we need run apt install nginx 5. Okay, so vim, nginx and NetTools. So now what it will do, so our Docker file is now complete according to our requirement. So now what it will do, it will first of all take pull of this image, that is OpenJDK 8, and this will be our base image, means on the basis of this image our custom image will be created, and then it will execute this command, that is run apt update, and it will run apt install vim-y, means first of all it will update the repository, then it will install vim, and then it will install NetTools, and then it will install nginx. Now let us, first of all, let us save this file. Now let us also create one entry point. So if you can see the documentation, here is a Docker file, here it is mentioned entry point. Now what is entry point? Entry point contains a script. Now what that script do? That script do is, whenever the container will be run using the custom image that we will be going to create now, the script, or I can say the necessary commands that will be written in that particular script, will be executed automatically without any manual efforts. So let us create entry point.sh. So here we will mention bash, because it is a bash script. So here we will write service nginx restart, now tail -f dev null. Now what this command will do, this command will hold the container, means this command will not let the container false. Okay, or I can say my container will not get killed automatically if I use this command in my entry point.sh. So what it is doing, it is this script, this entry point is doing, this entry point is starting my nginx service, means that nginx will be started automatically without any manual efforts when the container will be run using our custom image. So let us save this file. So now let us open our Docker file again. So as we can see, from OpenJDK colon 8 means from this base image we are installing vim, NetTools, nginx, and now let us add one more option. Now let us copy our entry point inside our Docker image at root directory, that is /. Now we will give the permission, the executable permissions, that is chmod +x, that is executable permissions to entry point.sh, that is present at root, and then we will provide it as an entry point, means it should run automatically without any manual efforts. Yes, so if you will have a look on the document itself on the website, showing that from that is on this base image you want to install or update and copy, then permissions and entry point. So all these things are done over here, as you can see. Okay, so now what it will do, first of all let me just recall it again. From OpenJDK colon 8 means first of all it will take pull of Java image of version 8, then it will install Vim editor, then it will install some NetTools, then it will install Nginx, then it will copy our entry point from the build context to the root directory inside the container, then it will give the executable permissions to our entry point.sh script inside the container, and then our entry point will run our entry point.sh script. Now what is the build context? Build context is the point where the Docker file and all the necessary packages are stored. So if I'll tell you in this case, this particular directory, that is home Salesforce dealers Docker file, so this is my build context. So let us try to create our custom image. So we will write sudo docker build -t stands for tagging, that with what name you want to create this image. We will write Salesforce drillers demo image for Nginx and Java. Okay, now after that we need to provide our Docker file path. So right now our Docker file is in the same location, so we will write dot means present working directory. If our Docker file is in another location, so we will mention here sudo docker build -f means it will find for the file, and then we will provide our Docker file path. So this is the command that is used to create a custom image, that is sudo with the help of Docker file, that is sudo docker build -t means tagging, that with which name you want to tag your image. So this is our name, that whenever our image will be created it will be tagged with this name automatically, and dot means present working directory where your Docker file currently is. So let us press enter. So as you can see, our first step was from OpenJDK colon 8 means it has started taking pull of the Java 8 version. So as you can see it is doing that. Second step was apt update and install Vim. So it has installed, so it is starting executing the second step. As you can see it is mentioned step 2. Now it is executing. Third step was installing NetTools. Yes, step 3. So it has installed NetTools, as you can see. This is step 4. Let us look for the step 4. Yes, so this was our step 3, install NetTools. Our step 4 was install Nginx, so it is installing Nginx. Then our step 5, that is copy entry point.sh to the root directory, that is this one. Sixth step was running chmod x, which means providing the executable permissions to the entry point.sh script, and the last point was running the script inside the container automatically, that is entry point. So all the 7 steps have been successfully done. So now if I will list down our images with the command sudo docker images, so yes, these are our images. So this was our base image that it has taken pulled off in our first step, that is this one, right? And it is our newly created image. So let us try to run the container with this image. So we'll write sudo docker. First of all, let us list down our images. So yes, now let us run the container with the help of this image, as we did in our previous video. Sudo docker run -it interactive mode -d detach mode -p. Now -p here stands for port binding. Since Nginx runs on port number 80, so I will be using the port number 80 of my this server colon with port number 80 inside my Docker container, then my Docker image name. Now what does it means? It means that we have done a port binding, means that the port number 80 of our server is mounted to the port number 80 that is running inside our Docker container, or I can say that will be running inside our Docker container. So now if we will press enter, so yes, our container has run. So if we will see sudo docker ps, so it has shown us a container running with our image. So now let us try to enter in this particular container. We'll write sudo docker exec -it, then we will provide the container ID, bin, then dash, that is the shell. Okay, so now if we will see, here is our entry point.sh that we have copied. And along with this we have installed Vim. So if I'll execute Vim, so yes, Vim is successfully installed. Along with this I have installed NetTools. So let us check executing the command netset-ntpl. So yes, and then we have installed Nginx. So let us check whether Nginx service is installed or not. Let's service Nginx status. So yes, our Nginx is running. So let us copy our public IP and paste it in the browser. It should show us a welcome page for Nginx. So yes, it is showing welcome to Nginx. So that is how we can install our, or can say that we can create our own custom image. And for coming out of a running container, we will press Ctrl P, Ctrl Q. So let me just show you again the Docker file. So as I told you, it is a text document in starting. From means from on basis of which base image we want to create it, our own custom image. Then we have installed Vim, NetTools, Nginx, and we have copied our entry point.sh inside our container at root path, and then we provided the executable permissions to it, and later on we have executed our entry point. So these were the 7 steps, and on the basis of the 7 steps our Docker file was created. Let me just show you again that from OpenJDK :8, that was our first step, in which it has taken the pull of this image. Second one was run apt update and install Vim. So this was the second step that has been successfully done. Third step was installing NetTools. So this was our third step that has successfully done. 2, and install Nginx, our fourth step. So this is also successfully done. And in the fifth step we have copied our entry point.sh to our root directory. And next, in the sixth step, we have mentioned, we have given the executable permissions, and in the last step we have executed the entry point.sh. And what was written in our entry point.sh is that it should restart our Nginx service automatically when the container will be started. And what this command do? This command will hold the container, will not let the container killed automatically. So if I'll do sudo docker ps to list on my running containers, so ps stands for process, so this is my running Docker container. And if I'll do sudo docker images, so this was my image that we have created. Now let us try to push this image. So if you remember, while creating the image we have executed the command sudo docker build -t, where T stands for tagging, that with which name you want to tag your image. So if you see it carefully, the image name, first of all, before the slash it includes the username and then the image name. So this is the proper way for tagging your custom images if you want them to move to your Docker Hub account, so that Docker should move it very effortlessly to your Docker Hub account with the help of the username that is mentioned before the slash. So this is our username, Salesforce Drillers. So let us try to push this image. So we will write sudo docker push, then our image name. And for pulling, we have used sudo docker pull, then the image name, as we did in our previous video. So now let us try to push it. So yes, as it is showing that it has started pushing our image, and it is showing that pushing. Now if we will go and check in our Docker Hub, so our Docker Hub will be having a new repository created with this name, that is Salesforce Drillers / image name. So let us have a look on the Docker Hub. So let us just refresh the page. So yes, here it is, updated a few seconds ago. We will click over here. So this is our image. So if we want to pull this image, so you can just click on the public view over here. It will give you the pull command, that is docker pull, then our image name. Let me just show you this command completely. So this is that particular command, docker pull Salesforce Drillers / demo image nginx java. So that is how we can create image with the help of Docker file, and we can push them to our Docker Hub. But remember, while naming your custom Docker image, it should start with your username first, then / then the image name, as we did here in this video. So let me just recall this session again. So what is Docker file? Docker file is a text document that contains your steps on the basis of which our custom image will be created. So thank you guys. In our next video, we will be learning about Docker Compose and various Docker commands, and we will also see how we can create a custom image without using a Docker file. Thank you guys and happy learning.